Hello everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Greatness Engineering Hour show, the show where stories of drive, resilience, triumph, greatness, and specialized knowledge and strategies of success are shared. I'm Mireille Tulekima. I'm the host today. People know me under the Greatness Engineer in Chief. I'm the founder of Mireille Tulekima Global Leadership Organization, and the organization is actually sponsoring the show. So our goal with this show is to inspire, and we really want to inspire, empower you to step into your greatness, take massive action, and to bring your life to the next level and leave nothing, really nothing on the table of life. So we bring to you the best and the most inspiring champions and influencers who have conquered the worst and come and share with us their inspiring story of triumph. So today we are heading to the US, to Texas, and to Singapore. We are going to have a great discussion with two phenomenal women, I would say, two champions who are very passionate about women empowerment. And I would say that they are in a mission to promote, women excellence to the next level. So we have with us, Professor Ona Miller, and I don't know what to say about her. She's an icon of greatness. She has accomplished so much. She's among all the things, she's a civility expert and humanitarian, and the founder of the Global Library of Female Authors. So she's going to tell us a little bit about that today. She also founded the First Ladies Global Institute and also National Female Civility Day. And she is an international professor and World Civility Ambassador. But she's also doing other things. She's received, several awards, author several books. So we're really looking forward to hear, a story and really to know what she's doing to empower women and make sure that, they go to the next level of excellence. We also have Charu Mehrotra. She's in Singapore. She's an amazing leader as well, and a serial entrepreneur and a humanitarian as well. She's a global goodwill ambassador, and she founded the e-magazine Women Lines. And through Women Lines, she promotes excellence in women and report about, anything from around the world, which can help women. So she really, put a lot of effort empowering women and really, trying to inspire them and push them to go to the next level. So we are going to welcome those, those icons, like I said, those greatness engineers, those champions. And I know that we're going to have a great discussion today. So let us start and welcome our guest. Hello, good morning, ladies. Good morning,
Good
Professor.
morning.
Good morning.
Charu, how are you? Welcome to the Greatness Engineering Hour show. And like I said, amazing bios, and you guys have, accomplished so much, and we're really looking forward to know a little bit about your story and about what's passionate you, which is, promoting women excellence. So I'm going to start with Professor Ona. Can you please introduce yourself to our audience and let us know, how, what you're doing and how you came to do what you do right now?
Oh, good morning to everyone. I am Professor Ona C. Miller, and I am a global educator, international professor, and I do research, and I also am a searcher. For as a researcher, I do the case studies and different analysis to find out what is going on with females globally. And that's girls, women and girls. And as a searcher, I am searching for new narratives, new ideas to create and implement, that will advance women, that will enhance women, and that will make things better for them, change their perspective. Because when you change people's perspective, you also change their behavior, which will in turn change it, change the communities. It will change the region. It will change the nation, and so forth. And you get to pass that down through the generations. So that's what I do. I basically wake up every morning. That is my purpose. My goal is to find ways to for females to be enhanced, for females to be, find a way to advance, find their purpose, find their reason. Why do I exist? Why was I created? Because I really do believe that, every morning that we wake up, we were actually created for a purpose and for a reason. And I believe that reason is to supply some type of change or antidote or solution to something that's already relevant in the world or that is to come. So that's what I wake up every morning to do. And I'm just very elated to be on this broadcast with each of you.
Thank you very much. So Charu, with all of this, what about you? I mean, how did you come to do what you do, and why?
Thank you so much for having me, Mirel, in your show. It's really an honor, and I'm really humbled. And it's awesome to hear to Professor Ona's work. It's amazing, inspirational. So yes, I would love to share my story. I'm Charu Mehrotra, and currently I am running my passion, womenlives.com, which is a digital magazine for women. It's a personal transformation magazine and focusing on topics leadership skills, physical and mindset health, image branding, entrepreneurship skills, and other topics which can help women to excel in life. I'm really living my dream because this was my dream which I had for so many years. I have been an entrepreneur for last 10 years, and throughout running various ventures, I had amazing learning for entrepreneurship. So throughout last 10 years, I had a page blog in a way where which I used as a journal, and I reported anything which I came across, which can help people. I read a book, I attended a workshop, I learned something, but this was going in my mind. We are not having any media for women, which is especially talking about excellence only. We are having media which is only talking about beauty, fashion, and at times I feel bad that they are using women as a commodity only. We are humans and we have so much to show and so much to do in life.
Yes.
So this was cooking in my mind throughout 10 years. And 2 years back, I registered my company, Women Lives, and this is online magazine, which is having influencers from across the globe who are sharing exclusive content with Women Lives. And I'm running various shows under Women Lives, which are related to books, like Books for Excellence show, Super Achiever show, and Health is Wealth show. My impression is to have a media hub where women comes and she reads and she excels in life. And I strongly believe we are what we read. So what we read creates a big impact on everybody in life. So here's Women Lives, which is listed in top 40 online women's magazine to follow in 2020. And it's a weekly magazine. We publish whole week, and over weekend subscribers get the dose of fuel to motivate themselves and to learn new things and to lead a life with purpose. So yes, that was the intention behind Women Lives. I'm really enjoying running it.
Wow, it's fantastic. And like you said, we have sometimes the impression that women are looked at, as like a commodity, like you said, they don't look at us as, people thinking or, having ambitions. It's just about, how we look, and it's sometimes very difficult to manage, and it actually impair a lot of our self-esteem,
Yes.
and
Yes.
and destroy, our dreams as women. So I just want to show, because you said you're an entrepreneur, you've been an entrepreneur for 10 years, and just going to
Yes.
show the audience what you've been, in a very short video, what you've been
Sure.
doing. Then we'll come back and continue the conversation.
Sure. Thank you so much.
So wow, well, it's amazing, the work that you've been doing, and obviously, I mean, it's just a short, a very short video of an amazing work that you've been doing for years now, and so I just wanted to ask you, because we're talking about, promoting excellence, empowering women. So what is it for you? What is, how do you define, women excellence or women empowerment? How do you define that?
Wow, it's a lovely question because this word excellence is something I'm stuck for so many years, and even in my signature also I use let excellence be your brand. So the word excellence itself is being extraordinary or being exceptional, and I strongly believe that every woman is blessed with some amazing powers which she can be only make it useful for herself if she is quite strong in her mindset and she is aware in terms of having knowledge related to how to take care of health, nutrition, diet. And once she's having that knowledge and a warrior like mindset, she can do amazing in her life. So for me, excellence stands for being exceptional in all the roles which women is doing. And as a woman, we are definitely doing various roles. Nobody is born with all knowledge. We have to educate ourselves for every role we have to play. So once women folk are thinking, first they have to think that they are not aware of everything. They have to really push themselves to understand the reality that what is missing in their life. So to achieve that excellence, only it will come if you are pushing yourself for more learning in life, being open minded, collaborating with others, and growing in the field where you are working. If women is a mother, she has to be knowledgeable how to take care of her kids. She's having a family. She has to take care of the family, and for that also she needs knowledge. If she's having adversities in life, she should be having that mindset which can help her to fight those adversities, and she can move forward. But it's not happening with women because they are not aware. So that was the intention behind Women Lines. We have to keep ourselves updated what's happening in the world. World is changing. I mean, we are aware how much world is changing. So if we are not keeping ourselves strong enough with the knowledge and the what's happening right now, we have to educate ourselves for that excellence. So yes, for me, excellence stands for doing your all roles extraordinary, and for that you have to take climb ladder one by one, baby steps at a time, and you have to plan out your journey to achieve that excellence in life.
Okay, so that's fantastic. So several things that you mentioned, but first the awareness. So the knowledge is key.
Very
Being
true.
able to to get the right knowledge before you can actually apply it. And then the next step that you're talking about is look at use this knowledge, but step by step in every role that we have as women, so that
Very
we can reach this level of excellence that we're looking for, and position ourselves as role models in most cases. So that's very powerful, and it's important that women understand that. I don't know who's watching right now, but please take notes and understand that we women have to go to the next step and understand that we need to be aware. So we have to go after the knowledge, and we have to act. So that's action, and
correct.
take it step by step. So
Very true.
I just want to ask the same question to Professor Ona. What is excellence for you as far as women are concerned? Can you tell us, I mean, what you think, and based on your own experience as well?
Yes, excellence for women, in my experience and expertise, would be an awakening and a realization. To where you realize, that you are authentic. You realize your purpose. You realize, that you need to be true to yourself. Where you realize what your purpose is, and not only do you realize it, but you're executing it, you're implementing it, and then you're reaching out even farther than that, to be the leader of your own life, so that you can make an impact globally with other women. That's the level of excellence I see for women, to where they are not, putting themselves in the box. They're not allowing society and culture and traditions to halt them or constrain them or restrain them. They're allowing themselves to be free, to have a freedom of their own thoughts, their mind. They have a substance of voice, where they're not afraid to, speak what it is. That they feel, or what they think, or they're not afraid to voice, their opinion or their thought process, for the betterment of, the world, or for betterment for everyone. So that's what excellence looks like for me, when I think of women, when I think of every female, every little girl. There's excellence is confidence. Confidence in being who you are, confidence that you exist for a reason, confidence, that you're here to make a difference, and confidence in the fact that you will make a difference while you are yet existing existing on the earth and in the world. So that's what excellence looks to me. It's not about image, as we, I believe she shared with us before, because a lot of times they are looking at us. How do you look? How do what does your hair look like? What color is your hair? Your size, how tall are you? How much do you weigh? All of those things, they are imparted, when it comes to your health and, when you go out in public, yes, you want to look nice, but that is not all that we are made up of. That is not everything that we are entailed or that comprises within us. It's so much more to being a female and to being a woman, to being a lady. There's so many more entities to us, and I don't want us to be afraid to express that. I don't want us to contain that. I want us to, excellence would be experiencing a level of freedom where we're just being who we are and who we were created to be. We were created to create, and we have so many things inside of us, so many initiatives and programs and causes and narratives. And I mean, there's so many things within us that we have, I think, downplayed for so long. And I think excellence would be to bring all of that forth. I think excellence would be to just give birth to all of it, and just let it just get out there in the world and make the difference and the impact that it needs to make. That's excellence to me for women.
Wow, so that's beautiful, and you said it all. But the thing sometimes is that we get conditioned there, from very from very young, and then on top of that we have our own fears, and so we basically never get the opportunity to actually live fully and freely, because we stay into this box that people have created for us. And without the awareness, it's even worse, because then it's something we basically die, completely in this box. We don't have the opportunity to expand and to get to the next level of our greatness, and that's really a pity, and it's important that women, when we have the knowledge that we share with other women, or when we are role model, we come in front of the cameras or everywhere, create the platforms for other women to see, because sometimes when you see, it gives you faith that you can lead as well. But if you don't see anything, then you stay scared and you don't dare to do anything. So, which bring me to the next question is that, we've defined excellence, but how do you implement it, in what you do? And I know that you two are doing an amazing work working with women and trying to, to bring this knowledge and to create those platforms for them to be safe, for them to start to express themselves. So I'll start with Charu. And what do you do, concretely, and practically to bring this excellence to the table and help the women to empower themselves?
Yes, I would love to share. That's a good question. So it's all about knowledge. So first of all, we have to empower ourselves with the right knowledge from experts who have studied for that topic, and various points which we have discussed. So for that, I am inviting influencers from across the globe. And in last 2 years, I have many influencers who are sharing their knowledge on those particular topics, like image branding, personal branding, like physical health. I have various experts who are sharing knowledge how to keep yourself healthy. So that's a tool for you to empower yourself with the right knowledge, which will help you to lead a healthy life. Then we have influencers for fitness coaching, and then we have for diet, nutrition. See, all these are the topics which help us to lead life in a better way, in positive way. So my intention is to get the best content from across the globe, from best influencers, and share in my magazine. That's why I'm running various shows. Now we have so many books around the world which are sharing exclusive knowledge. And there are so many authors who want to share about the story about the book. So I am running this Books for Excellence show where I'm inviting authors, I'm providing the branding campaign to the book, and I'm asking them to share the story behind the book so people understand what is there to learn. So I'm picking up those books which are really helpful to people. So this is the other way. We should be having the habit of reading regularly because that helps us to open our mind, to have a new outlook to the world, and definitely it gives us so much knowledge. Then there's a health and wealth show. Through that, I'm inviting all the experts from various parts of the world who are having some exclusive knowledge how to make yourself healthy. And I have given a platform to entrepreneurs to share their story under Super Achiever Show. There are so many women who have achieved certain things, but nobody knows because they are not having that much time to share about it. So I thought I should be starting this Super Achiever Show where I'm asking those women reach out to me, and I will love to share your story. In fact, at times I call myself a storyteller because I love listening to people and I love sharing their stories. So if you are an entrepreneur, you have a story. If you are having any startup, you have a story. If you have a business, you have a story. So for service part of my magazine also, I have provided that opportunity. So yes, for me, how we can achieve excellence is all about learning and working together. So I love this quote by Helen Keller, like together we can achieve big in life. So and that is missing. Throughout my 10 years journey, I can say that women have to work upon their collaboration skills. They have to open up so that they can learn from each other and create something which is bigger in life. For my journey, I have really collaborated amazingly for last 10 years. My all other ventures were in partnership and we learned a lot from each other. So that was also helping me to achieve excellence in those topics, in those projects which I was doing. So this way you can learn fast, you can grow fast and have some new insights for yourself. So this is the other way you can achieve excellence in life. And yeah, exclusive spending time for yourself, that is important, which women are not doing because they think it is wrong. They cannot put time for themselves. So this thinking has to change. For me, if I'm not happy, I cannot take care of my family happily. So I have to understand myself. I have to know how I will make myself happy, and that's my responsibility. Nobody else will take that responsibility. So to achieve excellence in life, understand yourself, what you are, what's your goal, how you want to go, and work upon. I know that it's not easy for all women, but I strongly believe if you have will, there is a way. And I strongly believe in power of digital media. I will strongly request all women folk across the globe use power of digital media in your favor. Don't waste time just watching something for entertainment. You can learn so much because I'm telling you, my 10 years journey has been thoroughly online. And most of the ventures, which are the part I was taking care, was done through online platforms. So I have educated myself. I have picked up those skills on digital platform and applied in the venture I am doing. So this is the other way of excellence, achieving excellence. Use power of digital media to educate yourself, to network with the right mindset people, have mentors, coaches. They can help you in achieving excellence in life. So yes, it's power of choice you make. I strongly believe in that.
Wow, that's amazing and so powerful and so many points. And what I remember is that it starts with us. You start with
Very
you
true.
first yourself, to be able to to understand who you are and know what you need, and then go out and seek for it. And
Very true.
it doesn't have to be a lonely journey, like you said. I mean, there's the digital can help, but also mentor and coach.
Definitely.
And I think sometimes that's why we're lagging behind. I mean, I've worked with a lot of women, especially in male dominated environment. We don't, we tend to get defeated really, quickly. As
Very
soon
true.
as we get an obstacle or we get challenged by our, male colleagues, we retrench instead of going out and trying to understand what's the problem, how do we come across, how can we, we get the right knowledge, and how can, we go to the next step and excel and compete with, with
Very
our
true.
colleagues. And sometimes we have, we have the answer, but we don't do anything about it, and we don't
That's also
reach
a
out
problem.
to other women or coaches or mentors. And it's
Mentors,
been
yes.
it's been very difficult, and because sometimes because those coaches sometimes cost money, but we don't want to invest into
Yes.
it. But yet, the investment is actually the first investment that we're doing is actually nothing compared to what we gain, in the long run. But
I
we
agree.
just decide to not make the investment. So I'm going to come back to you, Professor Ona. Just wanted to show as well, what you do, and then we'll come back to the question that I've just asked right now.
Okay.
In every country around the world, females face multiple barriers and gender-based differences. The internal and external barriers set in early, from the kind of education girls receive, up until which age, to the kind of career they should have. The Female Civility Initiative is a registered multi-stakeholder partner with the United Nations, an international, interracial, intercultural, and intergenerational initiative that breaks barriers for women transferred through generations, mostly because of society, culture, and tradition. Females are the solutions that are vitally needed around the world for making the desired global impact. Our voice has the sound that resonates security, safety, and substance that the world desperately needs to hear. We educate females on how to be the best individuals they can be and build bridges so others can follow. For more information, visit us at www.onacmiller.com.
Okay, so we are back, and just want to take some time to acknowledge our audience here. There's Dee. Dee is watching from the US. She's here, and I think there's few people from Singapore. I have Mrs. Sochi from Singapore watching with us, and there's Jean. Jean is watching from the US, from Central Florida as well. So they're all enjoying the conversation that we are having. And so just to come back to the question, Professor Ona Miller, just what do you do? I mean, obviously we've seen a little bit of what you do in this short video, but I mean, what do you do to empower female and women and help them to promote themselves and to really reach this level of excellence that we want them to reach?
Well, I started an initiative called Female Civility Initiative. And that initiative is built on respect. Respect for ourselves first, and then respect for other women, which is something that I think females lack. Which is why we're not able to unite, which is why we're not able to collaborate more, which is why we're not able to really learn from each other, is we lack our self-respect, and then we lack the respect for other women as well. So I built this initiative because it's about three things. It's about breaking barriers, building bridges, and leaving no female behind. And when I talk about barriers, I'm talking about those internal and external barriers that we face, daily. And the ones that we like to look over are the internal barriers, but we've got to deal with those internal barriers, of insecurity, intimidation, fear, all of those things, jealousy, you have all of those things that we have to deal with. And then, of course, you have the external barriers that you're dealing with society and culture and tradition and just all of those external barriers as well. But then, we don't want to leave any female behind. And sometimes we have that thing where it's just me, myself, and I, I'm not going to reach out to try to help anybody. I'm just going to try to go down this path. I'm just going to try to be successful. I'm just going to try to be able to make it. I'm really not going to bring anybody with me. She can try to make it on her own. I'm not going to share any of my ideas. I'm not going to, share any of my thoughts or perspectives. And so that's what it's about, the female civility. And then under that, I have also the First Ladies Global Institute, which you had mentioned earlier. where I actually teach techniques and strategies to women, just women in general, and then women who are in leadership. So it's 2 levels to it, of how to be an effective leader for their own individual lives. And sometimes we allow other thought processes, other entities, other organizations, and we can even venture out to say our coaches and our mentors, we allow them to lead our lives instead of us taking the responsibility and leading our own lives. I think mentorship and coaching is phenomenal. I think it's needed and I think it's required, but I think at some point we have to get to a place where we're able to lead our own lives and maybe reach back for advice or reach back for input, but we've got to be able to lead our own lives soundly, with substance. So that's why I created the First Ladies Global Institute, is because I wanted to be able to teach women how to take control of their life, how to take control of your thoughts, how to implement strategies every day to become successful, to find your purpose, to wake up every morning and be, wake up with intent. Don't just wake up haphazardly and think the day is just going to happen for you and, everything's just going to, no, wake up with intent, wake up with purpose, wake up with a strategy, wake up with a plan, and then execute. And then also up under Female Civility, I have the global library for the female authors. And it is actually twofold, because it is for women who have created causes or initiatives or programs that have enhanced or is in the process of advancing other women. But the other side of it is most of them are actually authors, to where they have written literature or some type of curriculum that talks about their program. And I built this particular platform because I wanted to highlight all of the phenomenal women around this world that are doing some amazing things that you will never hear their name, on TV or broadcasted anywhere, or well, even me, you won't hear my name like everywhere. But we're doing some phenomenal things, and so are you ladies. And so I built that particular platform because I wanted all of us not only to see ourselves, but I wanted us to be able to see the other women that are doing some wonderful things. And then hopefully it will spark some type of collaboration, some type of unity, some type of empowerment, some type of inspiration or motivation. Because sometimes on this journey as women, we do kind of feel alone, like we're, trying to hash something out or pound something out all by ourselves, but we're really not by ourselves. Sometimes we think it's only happening in our neighborhood or in our community, or it's only happening in our family. And that is not true. Because this library is built of women, in Africa, they're in New Zealand, they're in Singapore, they're in, I think there's someone, Australia, they're London. I mean, they're from all over US. So they're all in there, and it helps us to understand that we really are in this together if we will allow ourselves to be together. So that's why I built that platform. And then my latest platform that I just launched was in May the 2nd, was the my female publishing group, where I'll be publishing documentaries and case studies and theoretical literature and different philosophies, analysis, because many of these women are out here in the field getting firsthand experience and knowledge that needs to be recorded. It needs to be somewhere, where later on the generations can come back and pick it up, and run with it. And, brilliant ideas that will never be, particularly heard of or seen or experienced. And the only way it can be done is that we document it, and that, you put it, in a document to where someone can pick it up, go through it, and then probably, the next generation can pick it up and then extend it or expand it and even, broaden it, for the next generation. So that's why I built that platform. So that's what Female Civility is all about. It's about respecting ourselves and respecting the other women as well. and not allowing those internal or external barriers to stop us. And that's basically what I do, is to try to remove all of those barriers that we can, so that we can keep moving forward to touch the lives of other women.
I love it because it's just complete, and like you said, it's we have to respect ourselves, we have to respect other women, and the power of all of this is being able to come together
Yes.
and learn from each other, and building all of this together and building on each other story and each other work to be
Yes.
able to go to excellence together and not
Mhm.
leaving anybody behind. And
Yes.
that's really powerful. And sometimes it's very difficult, like you said, because
Yes, it
a lot
is.
of the women, they want to do it on their own, and it's happening, even at home with
Yeah.
our, our partners, our husband. When we do something, we want to do it on our own.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're struggling, but we don't, go and ask for
Yes.
help because we want
Yes.
to do it on our own, and I don't know if we're scared or it's just because we just want to do it alone,
Yeah.
and we don't have to. We don't have to. There
It's
are,
true.
there are people more who have, the skills that we are lacking. There are
Mhm.
people who have, the mean that we are lacking. So it's
Yeah.
just a matter of, reaching out and coming out, because
Yes.
it's first coming out and then reaching out
Yes.
after doing really, strengthening ourselves inside. So that's really powerful, and I love it. That's amazing, and
Thank you.
and we really need those platforms, and it's important. And I'm talking to audience here, is that that somebody take action,
Yeah.
not just wait for the next woman or
Yes.
the other woman to come in and create something. We have to go and lead as well, and bring more leaders with us.
Yes.
It's really important to do that. So I mean, we've discussed about what excellence is all about and how you do it with your own organizations.
Mhm.
And what I really want to to ask you now is, how do you see the success in all of this? What is the success for you and for your organization? How do you define that? What are the key? What are the key thing that when you're gonna have you're gonna have that, you'll say, okay, I've been successful in empowering women, or I've been successful in my mission to promote excellence. And I'll start with Charu again.
Okay, so yes, as my vision is to reach out to women across the globe, and for me, I will achieve my goal when I can reach out to maximum women and make them understand that they are lacking things which they can build up and build up their confidence, and I can help them to have that faith in themselves, affirm that faith, I would say strengthen that faith, self faith, which will help them to progress in their life.
Yes.
So when I will be reaching out to more people, more countries where I can reach out to women folk, and I can give a place in my platform to share their voice, because I am having guest contributors. So I'm asking everybody, if you have story, if you have something to share, please write, please send me the articles. I will love to publish. So this will be my success when as many women are using Women Lives platform to voice out what they want, and whatever they want to share, I can share in my magazine. So that will be something which will really give me real happiness for establishing Women Lines. Other thing can be the millennial women. If I can help the millennial women, because things have changed now, and the way we used to think, we used to work, it's not there. Women folk is changing. The young generation is changing a lot. I really want them to value the system of importance of values in life and importance of having discipline in life, which can only help them to climb ladder of success. So that's why I want to have experience women folk who are leaders of society, and I'm asking them to share their knowledge in my platform and to address the millennial women folk, that how they can be leaders in life. That will also help me to achieve my success, achieve my goal in forwomenlines.com.
And stories are powerful because story,
Yes, they
when
are.
you bring a story, you bring humanity into it, and people are more sensible to those stories. So it's important that women share their stories so that they can reach out to other women or even
Yeah,
some men that are gonna help them to
yeah,
to succeed in whatever mission they have, and they shouldn't be shy. Whatever the
Yeah.
story, good or bad, it's a story. There's a lesson to be learned, and it has to be shared. And what about you, Professor Ona? How do you see your success, and what is key to this success that you've defined for yourself and for your organization?
I think the key piece to the success for my life and then for my organization and for other women is transparency and mobilization. I think sometimes we like you said earlier, we've got to tell the story, but we don't want to tell the story. We don't want to share how we failed or how we felt defeated, or we don't want to share the mistakes that we've made. We don't want to admit that we made a mistake or that we were in error or that, there was a better way to do it. And I think transparency is going to be so important to everyone's success because transparency will help us be authentic. It will help us be real. It will help us, find our way to our purpose. A lot of times transparency will be one of those barriers or that hindrance that will keep us from walking totally and freely in our purpose so that we can help others. I think mobilization, sometimes we have many women that understand who they are. They understand their identity, but they just don't want to mobilize. They just don't want to do anything. They're just complacent. Um, Sometimes they're just lazy. Sometimes they just like to be comfortable because walking in your purpose, being transparent, being real, being relevant, you know, um, building platforms and initiatives for other women, it's challenging. And you face challenges, you face issues, you face obstacles, you face barriers. And so sometimes people in general just don't want to be bothered with it. And then if we narrow it down to females, we have enough already that we have to deal with. So you definitely don't want to add anything to that plate. So I think success for me has been transparent first with myself, being real with myself, saying, okay, girl, what are those mistakes? Make sure you don't make them again. What is the strategy to making sure that you don't make them again? And then how can you implement that strategy to help other women also not make the same mistakes that you have made? And then give them, a plan, to move forward, which is the building bridges part of, and no female left behind. That's the part of female civility, is that we've got to build those bridges, even after we identify all of those areas that we made the mistakes in, or the errors or the mistakes or the mishaps or the challenges. We have to build those bridges in order to get to the place that we need to be, because we always have somewhere to go. We can't just be complacent. Now that I think as women, we were created to create. So we should always be creating something. We are brilliant. We are so brilliant, but we have, like I said earlier, we have downplayed ourselves. A lot of it is, society, how we've been taught, even some of the things that we've been taught in school, we've been made to feel like we were second or insignificant, or, not substantial enough, not valued enough, not, it's always not enough. And so we have reluctantly, shared our thoughts or shared our views. And so we've got to build those bridges so that we can make it to where we need to go, to our destiny, because there's no need in us getting up every morning not doing what we were created to do, because it nullifies our existence. It nullifies why we were created. And so that's success to me, is waking up every morning, walking in your purpose, being transparent about where you are. Because when you can be transparent about where you are, you can start mobilizing other things to take place in your life and in the lives of others. That's
And
success for me.
And that's important. The last point that you just mentioned, because it's like doing an audit all the time. You do an
Yes,
audit where you are and
absolutely.
what you need, and and then based on this audit, rectify, what
Yes,
you've done really well, and
yes,
then look for ways to improve
yes,
and try to do better. And one thing that and I think in everything that you just said is that we need to realize that we are limitless in a way. So there's always a way for us to go to the next level and to the next level, because
yes.
there's no limit basically. So we
And
shouldn't be.
if I could add also, Marae, is we cannot forget to pat ourselves on the back. We
Exactly.
cannot forget to pat ourselves on. We cannot forget to reward ourselves. We cannot forget to say, "Girl, you did that. You did a phenomenal job. You are great." Sometimes now success. Let's talk about success and being transparent. I have to get in the mirror and I have to talk to myself and I have to say, "You're great. You have greatness within you. You are confident. You can do it. You did great. You did good. And you're going to continue to do good. Pat yourself on the back. Give yourself accolades. Treat yourself, and then keep moving. Even when you may fall or make the errors or make the mistakes or whatever it is, or you meet those challenges, even if you may fall, give yourself a pat on the back just for going through it, just for not stopping, just for having the tenacity to keep going. Just pat yourself on the back anyway. We deserve it just for being a female.
I like it. It is having just for being a female. It's there, but the thing it's there. We just it doesn't cost us anything. It's there. Just use what's there, and
Yeah.
and keep moving. And I like this philosophy because even if we fail and we still learn something. It's a learning
Yes.
experience. So
Yes.
we shouldn't focus on the failure. We should focus on what we've learned, and then
Yes.
improve going forward. So we're going to take another break and come back and continue this exciting conversation. Just wanted to acknowledge one of our sponsor, GIMSI, which is a TV made by women for the world. So that's an exciting project again, where women are excelling and really going to the next level, and it's going to be magic. So just to we're getting to the end of this conversation, and just wanted to know what legacy do you really want to leave, and what's your expectation for the future? Who wants to start? That's a big one. I love this one. I always ask this question to my and I know it's a difficult one, but I know there's always, so amazing legacy that people want to leave, and it's just beautiful.
Well, I
Charu.
don't. Okay. Okay.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. It looks like Charu is still thinking.
Okay. Well, I don't mind starting. I think the legacy that I want to leave is education. Education, and I want to leave footprints, fingerprints, and blueprints, which are tools that women of all generations, of all nationalities, of all cultures, and all societies can pick up and utilize to make their lives better. That's the legacy that I want to leave. That, you know, once I'm, you know, gone and they hear my name, they can automatically say, oh, you know, I remember her. She's the one that, you know, reminded me that I can do just about anything. The legacy that I want to leave is an example, you know, to where when they review it, or say they Google, because, you know, everybody's Googling now. They Google my name and they look at all of the stuff that I implemented, all of the stuff that I did, and they realize that I didn't do it for just me, that I did it for all of us. You know, and I want them to be able to take the blueprints, look at it, take the blueprints, take, you know, find out the things that I did, you know, the digital platforms, or the books that I have authored, or, you know, the curriculums that I have developed. Take all of that and figure out a way to make it better. You know, don't stop, just do it better, do it bigger, you know, just move forward. I just want to leave a legacy that will continue to build, that will continue to grow, that will continue to expand. And it's not restrained, it's not confined. You know, a legacy that will just transcend every, you know, generation, that will transcend every barrier that exists, that has been created, and that will be created. I just wanted to transcend past all of that and keep changing lives, and keep changing, more specifically, the lives of females everywhere. That's the legacy that I want to leave.
Wow. It's beautiful. And I like footprint, fingerprint, and blueprint, everything. Something, you know, it's asked to outlive you completely. And, you know, even if you're not physically here, it continues for generation and generation. That's fantastic. Charu, what
Yes,
about yourself?
I will love to share. So I consider womenlives.com as my legacy, which I am creating as a page where I am getting the content which can really empower women and get the mindset, the warrior-like mindset. So I really want women, folks should be having courage. I want to give space to their voice, and they can have the courage to speak. I really want to use their inner power to motivate themselves to start speaking and supporting and collaborating across the globe. So once this happens, I'm telling you, world will be a different place. You see, whichever country is getting governed by any female lady, we're having prime minister or president, things are much better. So many articles have come right in the scenario where women presidents and prime ministers are doing amazing work, and there are less numbers and there are less challenges to face, which media is talking about. So definitely every woman is having a leader. So my legacy is that if my page can help women folk to awaken that leader within themselves, I will achieve my goal. So yes, that legacy I want to leave, where people have women get courage to speak, collaborate across the globe to work together for big projects, and yes, to have that belief system in themselves, they can do anything in life. So that would be my legacy.
Wow, it's just amazing, and it's worth, you know, it's worth mentioning what you said is that, you know, the women have been, you know, when women lead, it goes really well, and we've seen it during this crisis. I mean, where we had women, the crisis have actually, you know, been managed very well, and we've seen it in government where they've integrated women, like in Africa, in Rwanda, or in South Africa. They've really tackled this pandemic very well. So it's worth, you know, mentioning, and we have to keep mentioning it so that people understand that, you know, we bring something special on the table, and they need to capitalize on that for everybody, not just women, for everybody to benefit, and that's a fact now. So yeah, so really, so just wanted now to ask you, I mean, where people can you know, contact you, and if you have any, you know, event or product or services that you offer, and so that, you know, people can reach out later on, or continue this conversation, which is, you know, in 1 hour cannot actually fit everything. Anything that the audience needs to be aware of?
Well, if they want to contact me, find out more information about the initiative, they are more than welcome to, contact me on my Facebook page via Messenger at Professor Ona C. Miller, or they can contact me via my website at onacmiller.com. Everything about every initiative, every program, every cause is there. They can send me information through my contact. Just click on the button and put your information in and click submit. And I'm on all of the social handles. So you're more than welcome to contact me there.
Okay, thank you. And Charu.
Yeah, I will love to request everybody who is watching this show that do subscribe www.womenlines.com. It's a free subscription and you will get the weekly updates about all contents which we publish in the magazine. So yes, Women Lines is present on all 6 social media platforms. You can reach out to me through any media, like LinkedIn is there, you can drop a message, Facebook is there, Twitter, Instagram. Definitely these are the social media where we can communicate. Or you can drop an email at contact@womenlines.com. So if you are looking forward to share your story or you want to get the branding campaigns done by Women Lines, you can reach out to us because we are really providing something interesting for campaigns to help your visibility in the digital world across the globe. So do visit womenlines.com, subscribe it, share it with your network so that we can really spread excellence across the globe. The intention is to empower, enlighten, and enable women across the globe.
Awesome.
Fantastic. And please don't hesitate. Connect with those ladies. They are on a mission to promote excellence in female, in women all over the world. And they have the experience and they've been working across the globe. And please share your stories, reach out to get some knowledge, because we've talked a lot about knowledge and understand, work on a plan with them and to know how to go to the next level as far as your own greatness is concerned, because that's what it's all about. We have to step into our power. We have to step into our greatness, so that we can reach the level of excellence that we want to be where we want to be, and start to make an impact, a real impact, a positive impact in the world. So it has been a very, very, interesting, and I've learned so much today. Conversation, and thank you, Charu and Professor Ona, for everything that you've contributed to this discussion. It's been, inspiring. It's been, everything was there. And I encourage the audience to continue the conversation offline if you can, and they'll give you the time for sure, and and you'll be better anyway, and grow a little bit, extend your your comfort zone, extend your knowledge, and go to the next level of your greatness. Next, so we're coming back on Wednesday. We're gonna have another woman, another great woman, Leah Reddick. She's a life coach, and she's just released a new book, and we're really looking forward to host Leah here on the Greatness Engineering Hour show. So thank you, ladies, again. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your insight.
Thank you
for
so much.
sharing your knowledge, your experience. And I think it was a lot, and we all learned so much today, and it has been amazing. So
yes, it has.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, and continue the great work that you are doing, and continue working on your legacy, and to be able to to outlive everything that's happening right now after you've lived this world. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Take care.